So as I was saying in the last video, NVIDIA is going to all-time highs whether or not you want it to. Guys, my name is Hamilton. I'm here with the Trading Initiative, and over the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to talk through why I believe NVIDIA is going to be at all-time highs relatively soon and what to expect after it does hit it. So if you didn't watch the first video, I just posted it about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, back when NVIDIA was down here, about how NVIDIA was going to go to all-time highs, and here we are. As a matter of fact, based off of Friday's close, we had an all-time high weekly close on NVIDIA, but nobody ever wants to take that into account. They want to look at the daily. So yes, if we closed here today, it would be an all-time high close. And on an absolute basis, somewhere north of $140 is that absolute intraday all-time high reading in NVIDIA. I want to point something out before I kind of get into the depth of this video and what we expect to continue to happen here. We're in the third year of a bull market. We just hit the second birthday of this bull market off of the October 2022 low. And there's been already a million different reasons why people expected NVIDIA not to be where it's at. And I think that's part of the problem with most people. You guys want to predict what's going to happen. You need to feel like you're the smartest person in the room. Everybody wants to be the next Michael Burry. And, you know, to nobody's surprise that's been in the market for longer than about 2 months, buying uptrends in a bull market is the more profitable trade nearly 100% of the time. And just like if you go back through history, buying pullbacks in an uptrend is typically going to result in a winning trade. If you would be so kind to indulge with me for 30 seconds, this was the .com 2.0 rally, right? Everybody expected NVIDIA to hit this double top, and then we were going to have this implosion and the market was going to fall back down, but instead actually we got the S&P 500 breaking out to all-time highs, right? Next we had this head and shoulders, right? Remember this head and shoulders pattern that was supposed to break down? We were going to fill this gap down here. There's about a 15 to 20% move to the downside. Well, that never played out because, you know, it's a bull market. And then here through the beginning of Q1 and into Q2 of 2024, we had prices stagnate after already, by the way, reaching from the beginning of 2024 into the peak, nearly a 100% move. God forbid this thing consolidates for a couple of months before moving higher, but because it wasn't going straight parabolic every single day, that was the end of the run. And then we got the big breakaway gap off of the two reports ago, excuse me, and then we hit that ultimate price target, or the all-time high rather, of about 140. And since that 140, we've had a couple months of consolidation. This is very normal for summertime volatility, but what happens when the middle of October starts to kick around? For those of you that have been trading for a couple of years, you should know that the middle of October kickstarts the best 5-month period in the market. So to nobody's surprise, once again, that have been in the markets for longer than 2 months and can reasonably understand direction of squiggly lines. This squiggly line here showing you that the primary trend, your 200-day moving average, is very much up. And so you're going to want to continue to take longs as your system dictates. For us, this is just a very simple consolidation fractal. As a matter of fact, I recorded an entire hour-long webinar on how to buy continuation fractals in stage 2 uptrends. It's a very important webinar. It's free on this YouTube channel. You can search for it because it will make you a lot of money. You don't need to buy the absolute bottom of a stock in order to make a bunch of money, which I'm going to show you in a second. So we were able to buy NVIDIA with the anticipation that that was going to be the last oscillation low. We were looking at targeting somewhere in the beginning of September, and we were able to grab these relatively early on, and it just so happens that here we are up near all-time highs, depending on which time frame you want to look at it. The RSI is clearly showing the beginning of a bullish momentum regime. Regardless of what bears want to say, there is no better time to own a stock than all-time highs, because guess what? In uptrends, guess what happens after all-time highs more often than not? More all-time highs, right? That's how trends work. Strength begets strength. And so when we get this official 140, 141 breakout, on the headlines post that NVIDIA is at all-time highs, you're going to have a huge surge of FOMO. And of course, that's going to push NVIDIA up, potentially into a parabolic state going into their earnings report. And then you're going to have the fantastical blow up that everybody expects, but it's probably still not the end of this uptrend. As a matter of fact, little caveat here for everybody that did think this was the .com bubble 2.0, I want you to go back and look at just how much Cisco ran, which is the equivalent, right? NVIDIA and Cisco are the two poster childs for this bubble. Cisco ran multiple thousands of percent, and NVIDIA is only up quote unquote 1,100%. So if NVIDIA is in fact the next Cisco, and this is an AI bubble that will end up imploding like the .com bubble, well, we have at least another 900% to go. So I hope you guys can choke back your tears as NVIDIA continues to break out. I want to show you guys something really quick. This was the trade idea that we actually threw out. back in late September there. So we've been in this trade for about 3.5 weeks, and we're already turning it free, right? So this is where we were looking at it, massive consolidation fractal. This is our market research portal. You can see what we were looking at getting at. We wanted to get long NVIDIA above $120 with a stop out underneath 107.75. We have profit targets at 150 and 170. We grabbed those January 17th $150 calls. You can see kind of the thought process behind that. But this is what we were focused on. We wanted to own the market leader as it was showing market leadership characteristics once again, because we did not expect this to roll over into new bear market lows. I think that's absolutely ridiculous that people even think that. So let's think about it, right? NVIDIA breaks out into all-time highs. What can we reasonably expect? Well, our first price target, once again, is that 150-ish area, and then the 170-ish area as well. But it's not just NVIDIA that's going to be breaking out into all-time highs. If we look at semiconductors as a whole here, the industry group is also following through, right? So it's not just NVIDIA pulling everything up. There are a bunch of different large caps within the semiconductor space also breaking out to all-time highs. It's not just NVIDIA. So let's pretend you don't feel comfortable owning NVIDIA. Well, you can go and look at something like a TSM that's at all-time highs today that just recently broke out Friday. Friday was the all-time high breakout in TSM. There you go. You have a name that's breaking out to all-time highs. It's a large cap, lots of options liquidity. You have Broadcom, AVGO, right? There's different vehicles that you can use to attack this NVIDIA breakout. It doesn't have to be NVIDIA if you don't want to. It just so happens that NVIDIA is the poster child. And because we were able to grab such deeply discounted contracts, that was the trade that we wanted to take, right? So if we look at this really quick, because I don't want anybody just to take me at my word, I want you to actually see what we're able to do here. We are able to turn these free today, right? Depending on what your fill was, we didn't want to pay more than $6 for them. Some people got filled at $5, some people got filled at $5.50. We were able to take half off and turn the trade risk-free, right? This is what we like to do inside of TTI. This is part of our risk management portion of our system, where we close half of our trade once the trade gets up and over 100% from an option standpoint, because we remove all principal from the trade, and then we're able to let the trade continue just risking unrealized profits. We're playing with house money at that point. That's the types of trades that we really want to take here. So NVIDIA has and continues to be one of our biggest ideas out there. We don't think that this market is going to roll over. As a matter of fact, we think this market is going to continue to run through the end of 2024 and possibly into 2025. We're in the third year of a bull market, right? And statistically, these bull markets last anywhere between 4.5 to about 6 years, somewhere in that sweet spot, 5 years. So if statistics hold, if history matters to you, if the past matters to you, which it does a lot to bears, they want to continue to pretend that this is a 2007, 2008 type of environment when everything is screaming at you that it's absolutely not. Well, we have another 1.5 to 2 years to go within this bull market. And as long as NVIDIA continues to show a leadership role within this market, it's really hard to expect that it's going to roll over, right? Last thing I want to show you guys, just because a quick market update, you have the S&P 500 continuing to press into all-time highs here. It's really being led by financials, although tech is now starting to assume a leadership role again off those August 5th lows. Financials, JP Morgan reported on Friday. It was really, this is a really awesome time to get long financials for the next potential leg up. If you're not already in them, we have some exposure already, but go and look at some names like Goldman Sachs that are breaking out to all-time highs today, Morgan Stanley, which are breaking out to all-time highs today, and obviously we have positions in names like Bank of New York Mellon, which is up 300% for us. Then we also have Bank of Nova Scotia, which is up over 100% for us. So we've already been adding exposure through the financial sector. There's your little tip and trick. Last thing I want to leave you with, if NVIDIA is about to break out to all-time highs, is it reasonable to assume that the NASDAQ is very, very close to an all-time high breakout? Well, if we look at the equal-weighted NASDAQ, it's already there at all-time highs. So whether or not you want to admit this, guys, your only question should be, do you own enough? My name is Hamilton. I'm here with the Trading Initiative. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, leave a comment below. And if you like what you saw in that market research portal, links are in the description. Come and trade with us. We will tell you exactly what we were buying, when we were buying it, and how much we're paying for, what we expect for the trade. Hopefully, it will shine some light and help make you a couple bucks. All right, catch you in the next video.